Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Deepen section of the breakout. I'm Wilpua, and today I'll share a bit about insights for ArcGIS-driven decisions. So what is insights for ArcGIS? Some of you might already heard about it, or some of you have been using it, but just an overall, insights allow you to have fast data discovery and analytics on spatial and non-spatial data in your organization. So it allows you to drive impactful decisions from your data. So insights allows you to answer complex questions by by framing a question. You begin with framing a question, and then you manipulate and qualify your data for your analysis. So this allows you to have faster decisions, reduce analytics time, and in the end, allow you to have more efficient collaboration. So this is how insights looks like. So it has this workbook that has pages, and each page can have various cards holding different information. So introducing ArcGIS, insights for ArcGIS Online this winter 2017, we no longer have just insights for enterprise users, but now as ArcGIS Online users, you can also have access to insights. So insights comes as a premium app for ArcGIS Online, and then it's targeted for the online community obviously. So why insights for ArcGIS Online? So we know that insights is such a useful tool for all of you that we decided that why not have online users have access to it as well. So that's why we introduced insights for ArcGIS Online. So the license model is very similar to the enterprise version. And of course, as with ArcGIS Online, it requires no maintenance, and everything is auto-updated to the latest version. So there is also access to trial versions that you can try the functionalities. So how is Insights for ArcGIS Online different from the enterprise version? So actually, it's pretty much the same. It includes most of the functionality. The only difference is that the online version does not have direct connection to enterprise databases, and also there's no support for GeoAnalytics server, which requires an enterprise deployment. And in terms of licensing model, it's similar as well. So you need to have the level 2 user on ArcGIS Online to be able to alter content, while you can use level 1 name user, or if you do a public sharing, which is a new feature, that you can actually have anonymous access to the result of your analysis. So what is new in this latest version of Insights? So in this latest release, we included some functionalities like link analysis. So you can create link charts and link maps for you to identify the relationships between different data sets. And then you can do regression analysis. You can do scatter plot matrix. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, you can now share publicly. So you are no longer limited to people who are in your organization or name users to access your result of your analysis. So I'm going to go into a bit of a demo on how this Insights for ArcGIS Online works. And I'll switch to the screen right now. So over here, I am in my organization, my ArcGIS Online organization, and I can access from the app button, Insights. So once you launch Insights, you would see your workbooks. These are projects that you created and contains all your analysis. So in this case, I'm just going to open my existing workbook that I've already done up. So this is a link analysis. Assuming this scenario, I'm now an analyst in a national security firm. So I would like to understand more about the dynamics of terrorism in Libya. So I have acquired some data about these terror activities in Libya, and I've pulled them out and done this map. So let me do this from scratch. So I'll start another page. So first of all, I need to have some boundaries data, because we are limited to Libya. So first I get the boundary data. And I would only need the country information. So this gives me the world boundary. And from here, I can do a filter. And I choose to zoom into Libya. So of course, I can also do some customization, like the colors. Maybe I want something darker, some transparency. So next, we pull in the terrorism data. So notice I'm getting a Excel file. So this is a non-spatial data. So first of all, to enable this analysis, we will turn on these spatial capabilities by enabling the location. And for link analysis to work, you need to have two sets of coordinates so that you can have the correlationship between the points. So I'll rename this two coordinates. And I make sure that the display field is the group name. Next, I do another set of coordinates. I have two sets of coordinates here. So X and Y. And this one, we call them from coordinates. And I choose the control area as the display. So then, together with fatalities, I can add a new layer to my map. And there you have it. So this is the link analysis, link map in this case, of the dynamics between the terror groups versus the control area. Next, we can take the group name and control area together with the fatalities, and let's create a link chart. So this shows you the dynamics. And of course, we can do some customization. Let's say I want to put no sizing of the nodes, and I want to put natural breaks. So by putting natural breaks, now you can see that the thicker lines are actually the cases with higher fatalities. And from there, if you turn on this cross filter, when you select, you can see that your map changes as well. So you can relate these groups and the control area to where are the happenings. Next, I can take a control area and fatalities. I can do a bar chart. So this allows you to see which are the control areas that has the most fatalities. And then I take the group and the fatalities again. I can create a tree map. So from here, you can clearly see who are the groups that are responsible for most of the fatalities happening recently. And finally, since we have the time element in here, we can always do a time series. This shows the spike of the terror attacks. And you can always group them by the group name. So you can identify who are the ones that is responsible for most of the fatalities here. So finally, after doing all this, I can click on Analysis View, which actually have the flow of what I have just done. So all the steps, like the timeline, the aggregation of the data, the link, chart, and map, all those can be reviewed once again. And I can also share this analysis page. And you can see this is the new option that allows you to share to the public. So you are no longer limited to people in your organization to see your analysis results. So switching back to slides. So here are some user examples of people who are using insights. So you have Horry County in South Carolina, and also Opelika Water Utilities, and some of their feedbacks. So for Horry, they say that in the past, the analysis would have taken days to do the same kind of analysis, which now they can do almost instantly. And for Opelika, they appreciate this power to quickly make a map and then execute decisive decision-making in a quick way. So next up, I'm going to move into a little bit about Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS. This is another of our solution that allows you to do an analysis view or high-level view of your information. So Operations Dashboard for ArcGIS is a platform that is out-of-the-box web app, allowing you to author and view dashboards. So it provides you the key insights to all the key information that you want to see. So dashboard brings all your data together, whether it's real-time, whether it's GIS or non-GIS data, to allow you to have one single view of all your authoritative data. And what's new in this latest dashboard? So it allows you to customize more of your colors, unit prefix, elements resizing, and also there are new actions available, which is like follow and show pop-up. So also, with this latest release, you can now use this operation dashboard you can view the dashboard on your smartphone or tablet devices. So again, I'll do a bit of a demo of this operation dashboards. So again, coming back to my ArcGIS Online, I can go to my app button, and I can click on Operations Dashboard. So this will launch my Operations Dashboard page. If you notice, this is a bit different from what you are used to if you have been using dashboard previously. Previously, you were required to have a Windows version for the editor installed on your desktop for you to create these dashboards. But the latest release allows you to be fully web capable. So I'm going to launch this truck monitoring dashboard. Assuming the scenario that I'm now an administrator working for the city council, and I would like to track a fleet of vehicles that are moving around the city. So in this case, it's a snow plow, although we do not have snow in Malaysia, but just an example. So you have like snow plows. It's kind of like your garbage truck or maybe your street cleaning cars that it goes around the city all the time. If you can GPS enable them and feed back the information to your ArcGIS portal, you can display something like this. And if you notice, the truck is actually moving. And so how do we build something like this? Let me go into edit mode. So you can see that these are all controls where you can move around. And here, you can add on new information to your dashboard. For example, you want to add a header, you want to add a map, you want to add charts and gauges and all that. So for example, let's see this list. How do I build this list? So I click on Add List. So I want to view the vehicles. So immediately, you can see the data are being populated. So there's also some null data where I can do a filter here. So I filter the empty information out. I can do a sorting. And here, I could change how I want to view this data. So instead of just looking at truck 1 to 9, I could say the vehicle name, traveling at speed. This is miles per hour. And then you can do some changes in color. Say the background, and put it a bit more gray. And then what are the actions when you select the item? So for example, when I choose on the truck, I want to do a pan on the map to that truck, and I want to do a zoom on that truck. And I would also like to follow that truck. So once I select done, you can see the list coming up. And when I click on like truck 1, it will now pan, zoom, and follow truck 1 across the map. So moving back to slides. So how do you get operations dashboard? It is already included in ArcGIS Online with your subscription. So it comes together with your subscription. Or if you are on ArcGIS Enterprise, it is available since 10.6. So in 10.6, you have to download separately the Operation Dashboard installer from my Esri. In 10.6.1, it's already come together with the enterprise installation once you install your ArcGIS Enterprise. So to recap some of the solution mix used in the demo today, I'm using ArcGIS Online, of course, the latest version, level 2 name user license, and I have a premium app enabled for Insights for ArcGIS Online, and I'm using Operations Dashboard for ArcGIS Online for the dashboard demo. Some data that I've used, for the terrorism data, I'm using Global Terrorism Database, and for the truck dashboard, I'm using the Utah snowplow status data. And these are some of the resources available online that you can find out more about insights, Operation Dashboard, and some of the videos and FAQs available. Finally, if you'd like to know more about insights, we have a training, one-day training, for getting started with insights for ArcGIS that you can subscribe to. For more information, you can always contact us at training@esrimalaysia.com.my or visit our webpage. That is all of my presentation. Is there any question?
Will, maybe were you able to share with us, because as we know, ArcGIS Online requires some service credit for certain activities. So how does it work in case of insights for ArcGIS Online?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question. So if you are curious about it as well, if you subscribe to ArcGIS Insights for ArcGIS Online, you can actually get additional 1,000 credits, the service credits. And on top of it, of course, we understand that when you're using ArcGIS Online, there are certain activities that will require credits. Same goes for insights. There are some items like address geocoding, or if you do drive time service area analysis, or you do a demographic enrichment and calculate density. So these options of activities would require credit consumption. Oh, okay. So the easiest way to get this started is to subscribe to ArcGIS Online. Then, on top of it, subscribe to Insights for ArcGIS Premium app. So this one doesn't need to be like a company or anything, because our ArcGIS Online is a very easy startup. You could have even one user to use the system. So that would be the quickest way to start up. Okay, if I understand you correctly, your question is, can you get a dynamic set of data, or does it always require an import, right? So yes, that's a very good question. Most of the time, when you import the data like that, it's going to be a static data at the point of your import. So usually, if you were to change the data, you would need to refresh that data. Thank you very much.